Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's do the weekly mishmash video. First, we'll look at the latest batch of buffs, and then they said before that they were going to do the buffs more often with fewer monsters per. So yeah, this is the batch that we have here. I'm not going to talk about all of them. I think I'll just do the Hatcher monsters and then some of the more interesting drop monsters. So first we have Agnamut. I think this is the second time she's gotten a buff. But on top of everything, her Demon Slayer becomes Demon's Bane, so that also adds Mancer Slayer. It's upgraded to M. Her Null Damage Wall is upgraded to Super Null Damage Wall, and she picks up Dash. Her speed is already pretty good for a Pierce Power type at 300, but with Dash that's like an additional 100. She'll still slow down a lot as she hits enemies, but still that speed is nice. The thing about Agnamut though is that I still don't know if I'm going to use her. She's just a Pierce with the Null Damage Wall. I'm probably still going to use like Juliet or some other characters before Agnamut. But if Agnamut were all you had, she'd be really good. Alright, next up is Iris. Her Strike Shot gets sped up. It's the Meteor Strike Shot, I think. And then goes either 8 turns or 16 turns. So you can use it to take down little guys. Some people were joking that she can do more damage against little guys than Moses every other turn. But yeah, I don't really take that seriously. And then a little bit of a HP buff. Not too much different of a character, but yeah, little buffs are nice there. Next is Yoshitsune, who is maybe the one that people are focused the most on. His Null Damage Wall gets boosted to Super Null Damage Wall, and then his bump combo, although the damage is the same, the range of the bump combo is extended, so it can hit more guys more easily. He is a Bounce Dark with the Null Damage Wall, so he has lots of competition. Lucifer and Harley, and then Nobunaga. But this guy, he's better than all of those characters at direct damage because he has the Light Slayer. And then he also has a Blast Bump combo. So if you use like actually a bunch of Lucifers together, it might be worth mixing one Yoshitsune in there, so you get the Blast Bump combo in there. But yeah, he's definitely much better than he was before. Next is Hikari, the Hatcher monster that I might be the most interested in. But she gets the Strike Shot Reducer, and then Strike Shot is sped up as well, 16 turns and 24 turns. That's the one where she becomes a Pierce and then does the Meteor. And then where she becomes a Pierce, that has a nice speed and power up to it as well. So that's really nice for her. Bump combo is also very much upgraded. The super duper all element homing. Almost 10,000 damage per shot, and then 25 shots in all. So yeah, that is a lot of damage, I think. Okay, next up is Aramis. She picks up Regen, that gives you 3,000 HP per turn, and then her bump combo gets upgraded, the Super Spread 3 to the 5, which shouldn't be underestimated. That's a strong bump combo. And then a Strike Shot is sped up as well. So yeah, also not too big of a change to the character, but nice small changes. Okay, and then next let's look at some of the drop monsters. So all of the War God characters, they got their buffs. Before, Doom got a buff where he picked up a Dash, so that's very nice for him. I think his bump combo was also upgraded from the single Horizon Laser to the double, so more damage there as well. Nirvana picked up the Strike Shot Reducer, which is nice because he has a nice bump or nice strike shot. It's the spread Pierce every time he hits an enemy. I'm a fan of this guy. I think he was already good enough without the buff, which is maybe why he didn't get too much of a buff. Memento Mori, on the other hand, she only got a upgrade to her Kobutsu Slayer and then more HP. At the moment, this does not make her any better, and she's still one of the worst impossible monsters. But maybe later there will be a high-level quest where you want exactly this, a Wood Pierce with no warp, and then the Kobutsu Slayer, and then maybe it'll be a separate life bar quest, so having the 26,000 HP would be nice, but for now, nobody needs her, I think. Karuma, he got an upgrade to his bump combo, and I already thought that he was one of the better drop monsters to make a team of. just because having all those homing out would be really good. Now he's got 50% more homing shots, so he's even better as a team of himself. And then Akasha, who's maybe the best of all of these guys, he didn't get much of a buff either, just the upgrade to the Minesweeper. But that will make him even better for El Dorado. Let's see, and then Banjajan picks up Null Block. This is okay, except there's another fire character with Null Block, Null Warp, Kirara Taisa. And then she's easier to make, and then she also has a Blast Whip combo, so I would recommend her instead. Tiger, both the water and the light version, picked up Magic Circle Boost, which is pretty great. Still no gauge, so no gravity barrier, no magic boost. You could use her in Aizen Myo or floor 31 of the Tower of Champions, so yeah, her usability has gone up. Next is Novelian. He just picks up a Slayer, Demon Slayer. And then Vishnu, more bump combo stuff. And then this person, new bump combo. And then 5-star monsters, don't care about. Yeah. Alright, so that's that. And then let's head over to the app. And then we'll look at the lucky monsters for the next week. And then I actually didn't make any of the lucky monsters for the previous week. So yeah, I missed out on the bonuses like the discount to the luck exchange or the extra plays in the library, but wasn't that big of a deal. First here is Banjajan. Just mentioned him, but he did get a buff. Still, I don't think he's that great. You'd be better off making Kirara Taisa. Quest is a little annoying too, because you want to take down multiple guys in one turn, so that's not really conducive to farming. Next up is Taira Kiyomori. Both versions of her are pretty basic, just a balance with the no gravity barrier. Quest is pretty easy though, so she might be attractive. Next is Novalian, who I just talked about. I don't really need this guy, but I'm going to make him because I want to kind of pump up my wood max luck numbers, so that's why I'll go for him. You just need no damage wall in this quest, so you can bring like Himiko or Warupurigisu. And then next is Hikaru Genji, just kind of a basic, solid max luck, light, no gravity barrier. Quest is not difficult either, you can bring Ducky in there. And then finally is Anki, and then he is a 5-star and under quest, but I actually do recommend him. His quest is very easy and straightforward, so you can just bring some of Sailor Mars and then get through that real quick. And then as a character, he's pretty good too. Pierce with the double null, and then the Counter Slayer. Attack is very low, so you're only going to want to use him where you're sure you can get in that Counter Slayer. But if all you need is a Pierce with those null abilities, then he can be usable there as well. So for the ease of play, I would recommend the middle three, Kiyomori, Novalian, and Genji. For characters that you would want to use, I'd probably recommend Anki, Genji, and then Kiyomori. So yeah, you can think about those for the next week. Okay, and then finally this week we will look at my second pull of a Montama this month. I guess the first one was just kind of like a promotional thing. But this one that I'm pulling here is the one that actually comes from being a member of the Monpass, so let's see what we get. And then this is guaranteed to be a new character that I have not pulled yet. And it is Siegfried. I'm happy to have this guy. More kind of like for nostalgia, like a blast from the past. He's good now. He did get a buff so that his one-way laser becomes, I guess, two-way or a vertical laser. So it's much easier to use him now. You don't need to worry about his positioning as much. But yeah, when I started the Monster Strike in Global, he was one of the very first Hatcher monsters that I ever got. And he was very powerful then. And I used him to make the max luck of Jack and Fenrir and Typhon and a bunch of like the early light quests. So yeah, some nice memories there. Okay, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you again. Take care.